Hey gang, how's it going? How are y'all doing today? How's my audio as well? How's it going, Kamya? Woozy, what's going on, man? Ron, thank you for the mic. Thank you for the audio check there. Jake, Buljeet, Adenter, what's going on? Awesome, awesome. What's going on, Louis? You know what's the first thing you guys gotta do, right? You guys were waiting for it already. You gotta drop some thumbs up, guys. Hey, hey, hey. What's good, Rocky? Luvia, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, drop that. Yeah, smash that like button, man. Smash that like button. Let's get an early start to that. Depending on how the day goes, we'll see. I think that I'm gonna create a new incentive today. Obviously, I want to get 200 thumbs up today so that we can do a giveaway. So we will give away a 50K Alpha Futures account today. That's for sure. If I get to 250 today, then I will do another giveaway. So that's two. That's one more than I normally do, but I think that makes sense. So 200 thumbs up today, we'll do 150K Alpha Futures. If we get 250 thumbs up today, we're gonna rock another 50K account, but we're gonna do that with Apex Trader funding. All right, guys. All right. Just want to put it out there. What's going on, man? What's going on? How y'all doing? I'm actually I just realized I'm sharing the wrong screen right now. Give me a second. I'm actually in a short trade at the moment. There you go. That's the right screen. I'm just taking a stab at this. I'm going to give you guys the reason why I'm looking at this short right now. This is my Take Profit Trader Pro account. I have a little bit of a buffer on this already on the day. And I'll go over a few things as I normally do, and I'll talk about the trades. Just want to make sure I greet everyone. Gandhi, what's going on, my man? MobX, what's up? What's up? Ride guy, what's going on, man? Fonzie, what's up? It is not my favorite time to trade, Fonzie, but it's the only time I can stream. That's the key part. Yeah, let's get this short. We'll see, man. I know this is a reversal trade. So I don't know if you guys know this, but reversal trade setups generally don't have as high of a probability. It's just a fact. But I want to see what we can get out of this. It's my risk is very low. I mean, if I really want to, you can see here, if I really wanted 1R, I could have taken it already, but I'm playing with some profit and some buffer, and with it being a reversal trade, I'm going to look for more than just 11 points just because I'm accepting this risk. Even if I get stopped out, I'm still more than enough for a daily payout on this account. However, I do want to see this at least push down a little bit more. I mean, at the very least, I think we can get probably at least the channel here, which will be almost about 2R. But if we get follow through on this for the day, I think we can get lower. I think we can get lower. Maybe we'll shoot for 30 points. I don't know. We'll see. If we don't get follow through and we pump back up, all good. We're reversing, right? We're playing reversal trades. So especially with the way that 5 minute just closed, I don't know what that means for us here, but let's see what we do here. Let's see what we do here. We're quite literally in the exact same trade, except the only difference is that you're able to trim your position, Rocky. I can't. I'm accepting my risk, so I'm not touching this one at all. I'm leaving it as is. What's going on, gang? What is going on? We got 97 with only 41 thumbs up, guys. Refresher for the people who are just hopping on. We're going to do one giveaway for sure. But depending on how many thumbs up we get today, we might do two. Alpha Futures, 50K account for the first 200 thumbs up. If we get to 250, we're going to do a second account giveaway. So the sooner we get to 200, the better, because then we have enough time to do the second one as well. Yeah, I actually while we're chatting right now, I'm gonna go down to the one screen. So today's been interesting, so far on the trade setup, we've had a lot of different opportunities over the course of the day today. And so for this part of the session right now, on the NQ. I did manage to take the long ride up earlier on today on this account, and I took that with 2 minis as well. So I didn't catch the full move, but I did make it up to here, and I sold up here. How many points was that? I don't remember anymore. Give me a second here. About 40 points. So that's about $1,600 that was locked in already this earlier today. And now I want to see if we could get the short. If not, all good. Essentially what I'm kind of looking for right now, which so far we're still respecting this trend, but I'm hoping that we are looking to essentially reject the low of day here. So if you look at the prior New York session as well as the prior overnight session, this was kind of like a pretty strong support for us. Now, obviously we did end up wrecking right through it. I'm essentially looking for us to respect this area once again and see if we can flip back down from here. So far, what we've seen in our prior sessions is that these late sessions have been quite bearish. So I feel like I'm going to have an edge here and probability. We'll shoot for here. I'll shoot for 40 points, you know? I don't think that's a lot to ask. So let's see. Just catching up with the chat here. What's going on? What's going on? What up, Onam? What's going on, Aqua Diamond? Yeah, so the Avengers for Rake Trades Network, there is 5 of us, and we trade basically pre-market, New York session, Power Hour, Asia session with Ron G, and then you do the pre-London session with me. So we do this basically 5-6 days, I guess you can kind of say, if you include Sunday. So yeah, we do this 6 days a week. So as long as you subscribe to Rake Trades Network here, you can tune into any of us. It just depends on what works best for you. What's going on, Devon? How are you doing, man? Voljeet, are you shorting with me right now? Tuckalus. Catfished. Who got catfished? That's my stop below the daily. Let's get some follow through, gang. Let's get some follow through on the short. Risking 11 points. I'd like to get 40. That's about almost 4R, 3.66R trade. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm keeping my stop for now. I will feel more comfortable moving my stop, assuming I do at all, if we can at least break this area here. And I'm just going to draw another visual here. And I'm going to change the color, so maybe hopefully that'll be a little bit easier to read. You know, this area. I want us to break beneath this. They're better colored. Maybe this color's not looking great. Border, background. Can't change that. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I would like to at least break beneath this before I move my stop loss. I'm going to leave it as is for now. 27294. All right, we in the short. I will explain why I hopped in on the short. I did say it earlier. I'm probably going to have to repeat myself a few times as you guys are kind of rolling into the chat here. I'll give me a sec here. I will explain it a bit again. What's going on, Jerzen? Zen Trader. What's going on? Hello, hello. What's gold doing right now? Yeah, gold is not as delightful for me to look at. If gold tags back up here where my channel is and we put in a solid bearish candle here, I'm interested in shorting on gold, but I'm going to leave it as is for now. I don't like where it is at the moment. Doesn't make a lot of sense for me to take this at all. What up, AJ? David, how's it going? Yeah, drop some thumbs up, guys. So for all you guys rolling in right now, if we get to 200 thumbs up, I'm going to do a 50K Alpha Futures giveaway. And if we get to 250 thumbs up, I'm also going to do an additional one, which is an Apex 50K end of day drawdown giveaway. So let's get it done. What platform? When you say platform, are you talking about brokerage? Are you talking about app? So I can tell you what I like to use. I use TradingView as what I chart everything on, and then I integrate Trade08 towards it. That's kind of how I leverage it because I don't like trading off of Trade08. In terms of prop firms, a lot of great prop firms out here. You can see it above here on the rolling banner there. I recommend Lucid Trading the best. Code RT or code REG, you get 40% off right now. I like them because they have the least amount of rules for their flex plans. So as a new trader, you don't want too many rules. You want to keep this as simple as possible for yourself so that you have the ability to obviously capitalize on trades, right? Otherwise, Tradeify for me would be a good solid second in that regard. And I think Tradeify for me, when I look at that, I'm thinking about things like their select plans. You can either go for the daily payout option or you can go for the I think they call it the Flex 5 days, what they call it, which is pretty sweet. Again, same thing. There's no buffer to their payouts. I think that's what makes them attractive. Is that like on those Flex accounts, if you hit whatever balance you hit, you could withdraw 50% of the balance. So I think that's pretty cool. The cheapest accounts for you is Apex. Apex would be your cheapest. But they have intraday trailing drawdown. So that's the little bit of the risk that you take on if you take on those accounts, but you can scale 20 accounts with them. So those are just the few that I would name today off the top of my head. But I'm trading Take Profit Trader Pro right now. More so just because I have a pro account already, so it just makes sense for me to keep with them because, again, I'm well over the buffer. I mean, has been nice, Rocky. Let's keep those mentals in check so we don't do anything to reverse all the good work you've done already. Yeah, Ninja Trader, same thing. Yeah. What's been the best way of getting past the buffer with TPT and the trailing drawdown? I tend to scalp like 10 points at a time, but I don't know if you've been. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat, dude. JDP. I would either scalp with size, whatever that means for you as an individual trader, of course, or if I were to hold for those like larger moves, assuming that the market sets up for it, then I'll take it with micros. Just because the intraday trail and drawdown will like screw you, right? So it's the only way I go about it too. What's going on, Lance? I'm doing good. I'm pushing, man. I'm pushing. These past couple of weeks have been solid. It's been enjoyable. I've been really learning to enjoy streaming. Again, for those who are just hopping on, I'm very new to this. I'm used to just trading in silence. But this has been kind of cool. I'm definitely extra tired though. I'll tell you that now, but I enjoyed this though. It's cool. I mean, TradingView is so Ron. TradingView is the platform I'm charting with right now, but you would integrate it with your Tradeovate or whatever that may be. I've never used NinjaTrader, so I can't really speak to that one. Yeah, the daily payout Aqua, that one's a little bit different. The flex ones, this is where you get a little bit. It's kind of the give and take, whatever works best for you, right? Tradeify instant funded, yeah, I mean, I think they're great. They've evolved the rules on that quite a few times, but one of those counts where like if once you get past their original profit target, you actually get like a 6%. I think their drawdown actually increases. So I know on a 150K account, I think the drawdown's like 3,500, but if you get past the 9,000 profit target, then your drawdown increases, I think, to 6,000. I think it is. So that's kind of cool. I actually had an instant or lightning funded account, sorry, back when I was able to still trade with them. When I actually got capped out, I think I had like 2 straight to funded accounts and I had 3 growth accounts, all 150Ks. So yeah, I recommend them. Yeah, Take Profit is pretty solid, man. You can't. I mean, I'm 2 days back to back daily payout already, and technically right now, even if I don't take a trade, I can get another daily payout locked in. That'll be my 3rd one, so it's pretty solid, man. Yeah, 100%. What up, Chris? What's going on, man? Hey, Demod, appreciate you, man. I mean, honestly, man, the more viewers that we build on this, like I'm hoping, I don't know where we're going to be at the end of the year, but if we can get into the 500, 1,000 viewers over London, I mean, that'd be pretty sick. And it will make it all worth it for me too. I love hanging with the gang, talking charts. I mean, I feel like in order for you to be consistent and successful as a trader, you kind of have to love this craft for what it is, right? So thank you. Thank you, Kami. I appreciate it, man. Thanks, Gandhi. I appreciate it, man. So Disco, I'm using Take Profit Trader right now. That's the one I'm using at the moment. What up? What up? Hey, yeah, smash that like button, gang. Smash that like button. 200 likes, we'll do a 50K Alpha Futures giveaway. Okay, let's get there. Let's get there. We're at 75 right now. So as you guys are kind of rolling in here, I'll talk about the trade thesis here again. So I've already longed. So I built the buffer on this account today from longing this. So we saw that we had that nice push up from the Globex session. And what I was looking for essentially here, if you take a look at it, the New York session, this was the highs that we had. And so when we opened, obviously I don't trade the open for Globex ever. I was waiting for this consolidation to see what we were going to do. We were kind of weaving in and out between VWAP right here. And what I really liked here was that we did break the high of the opening range here. And even as we were kind of starting to consolidate here, I like that we were holding, even though were having a few red bars here and there, we held pretty well. So I did take my entry here and locked in about 40 points to the upside. And I did that with 2 minis. So that's about a $1,600 profit buffer that I built on this organi. So I could withdraw that tomorrow. I literally, if I stop trading today, I could withdraw that tomorrow, which is again why I like Take Profit Trader. I think overall the session as well, right? Like if you take a look at where we were yesterday when we were doing the overnight stream, we did talk about the fact that we could see if we could get a sweep here of this channel, which we did get a 30-point move to the upside, but as you can see, the intraday weakness was very strong on that. We basically rejected the level and we sank all the way down. And then for the New York, what I really liked about this was that, you can see here, we had that nice pump up. We pushed above opening print. And then you could see that we were ranging between our VWAP and our opening print period, right? So that double top off of VWAP would have been a really nice short if you were trading the New York session. Again, probably depending on your risk appetite, trimming at opening print would have been fairly understandable considering the fact that we were ranging and we're still holding above the opening print. But then if you were able to hold, I probably would have closed it out either at the low of day of the New York session or would have closed it out at the pre-market lows, which you can see we did end up consolidating here before we had the leg up all the way to the upside. I was actually in the middle of a meeting earlier during New York. I wasn't in front of my desk, but I did end up managing to take a long off of this actually. Off this, you can call it double, triple, quad bottom. We reclaimed back above the channel that I had here. And then as soon as we got that, I did take a long and I caught, I think it was 30 points earlier on today. So that was pretty solid as well. I was actually in the middle of a business meeting when I took that. And then I was done for the day. So NQ wise, basically, as we're kind of moving back up, why am I shorting here? You can see a channel that's drawn here already. And again, guys, I'm drawing these channels more so as a visual for you guys because it's probably very hard for you guys to keep up with like what I'm looking at, what I'm explaining, except for especially if you guys are starting to roll in at this one by one. Some of you guys will probably want to get caught up on what I'm trying to do here. But essentially what I'm trying to short here is because we've been having quite a bit of like, as of lately, I think we're just getting a lot of intraday weakness and pushing down before FOMC, which I wouldn't be surprised if FOMC just wipes out all of this downward move and continue the bull trend that we've been on. But this area, you can see that we broke up, but I'm going to consider this like a fake out breakout type of deal because essentially what we're holding beneath, if you take a look at it, is this was the same channel we talked about last night, right? If you guys remember the stream, you guys will know what I'm talking about. This is the same channel area. And if you take a look at it, this was the New York low on Monday, right? So we saw it respect on the Monday low. We saw it respect during our yesterday's overnight session. Once again, you can see that support flip resistance here, right, of that area. Coming into today, I'm essentially looking for the same thing to happen, right? I'm looking for us to hold. I liked that we put that potential lower high in there right at the channel area. So I'm really looking for some follow through. I'm shooting for 40 points because I think I'm content with a 40-point trade. And especially since I'm streaming, I'm obviously going to want to be chatting with you guys as well. So I don't really want to manage this trade all too much. 40-point trade would be a 3.6R trade on the short. And if I was shooting for less than this, for example, just to provide some perspective, depending on what kind of trader you are, whether you're a scalp trader or if you want to hold for higher R, 1R was up here. I could have taken that if I really, really wanted to. 2R would have been down here. So we're getting close to 2R already at this point. But yeah, I'm shooting for 40 points at the moment. Okay. So that's just kind of quick rundown of the short that I'm in right now. I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna put it up here as well, just to kind of explain so people who are rolling in. NQ short off the channel, looking for 40 points. Prior stream session channel support flip resistance and prior New York low as well. So I'll just leave it there. Anyone who's hopping on the stream, they can just, if they have questions, you can always just look at that. I recognize that obviously we are still pretty strong overall. we could just really wipe this and keep going. I'm good. I have a buffer on this account, like I said. Um, so worth the risk. So far, it's shaping up nicely. If I were looking at the FF indicator right now, you can see here that we kind of basically pushed below the 2-minute trigger line here and we're holding beneath. Ideally, right now, we want to close beneath a 5-minute trigger line. If we can really close with some momentum down below, I do think that we're going to have a very good chance of hitting my PT. But generally speaking, the 5-minute trigger line acts as a very strong trend support as well. So we'll see what we do here. I like the fact that the macro trend line is starting to curve downwards as well. Again, if you're hopping in here for the first time, although I'm referencing a lot of indicators, I'm not an indicator trader, as in like I don't make decisions off indicators. Indicators for me are more so of about adding additional layer of conviction to a trade thesis that I already have. So hopping on here for the newer guys, right? I'm big on market structure, trend or ranges, levels, right? Bar by bar analysis. And I'm very like binary with my risk approach as well. So those are just a list of the things that I look at. And yeah, the indicator just adds as an additional conviction for me. I know that sometimes indicators can become quite distracting for people, but I'm quite a disciplined person. Like in the end of the day, I'm very strict about me taking my trade setups based on what I want in the trade. And then I just look at the indicators after the fact to see if we have an opportunity to take some more with that, right? So I'm just gonna catch up with the chat now because I realize I haven't in a bit. Ice Milo, I mean, you definitely got a back test for sure. You got a journal. I mean, you can't. Oh, by the way, 2R would have hit already. So guys, that's 2R right there. 3R will be down here. 3R was honestly pretty safe too. I mean, this is actually the bottom part of my channel. So if I don't want to be a prick for a tick, I can shoot for 3R here, which I might, to be honest. I don't know. I want to engage with you guys as much as I can, which is why I sort of want to micromanage my trade too much. But I think 4R is still really much in the table. Like we could very much come down and tag the EMA here or tag the VWAP. So, but yeah. What was I? Let me get back to that question. Who asked the question? Who asked the question? Crap. Oh no, I lost your question. Oh, Ice Milo. There you go. Yeah, man. You profitability, gambling, all that stuff. You got a journal, man. As a trader, if you don't have a strategy, you don't have a playbook. I say this every single stream, and I'll keep saying it for all the new guys sort of hopping on, and even for the experienced guys who need a refresher, right? You got to make sure you create a playbook for yourself. If you don't, then you really are just constantly gambling over and over and over again, right? Like when we take setups, we should be able to replicate our setups, and if we can't replicate them, then you're gambling, right? So my 2 cents on that. Right, guy. Where did you enter your long, bro? I mean, hopefully you were able to still get some profits in on that. Hey, what's going on, stock market, baby? Jader, what's up? Hey, YSG, my man. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's late for you there too, so yeah, smash the like button, gang. Just catch one of my best trades. Oh, nice job, Lil Melty. Glad you were able to capture that, man. That's a banger. Yeah, Gaz, I'm short right now. My mic's cutting out? Is my mic actually cutting out, gang? I'm a little late on the chat. I'm still kind of rolling through all the chat box here. 100%. What's going on, Punisher? Hey, IG2, what's going on, man? Yeah, this channel. 100%, man. Hey, nice job, Kamya. Way to ride that with us. I don't really know what an order block is. Sorry, I believe that's an ICT reference. I don't really know those references, so I can't speak to that. So Ajitu, if you're a dynamic size trader, then adding on pullbacks makes sense. I do not dynamic size trade, so I would not ever do that. So completely up to you, my man. Okay, I sound loud and clear. Okay, cool. I'm actually on the farthest part of my house as far as network goes. So if the network is bad, I'm not surprised. I'm not done trading. Don't worry. I'm on here no matter what. So I'm here for the whole 2 hour stream. And for all those who've been on this all the time, you guys already know I always go 15 minutes over always. So regardless, even if I'm done this trade, I will continue to watch and see if other things set up for us. Basically, okay, I'll re-explain to the best of my ability, but you guys can see here already why I took the short here. It's up here. But essentially, I like the potential lower high that we locked in after we failed, showing that, obviously we're holding beneath. I'm shooting for 3R now. 2R would have been done already, but I'll see if I can get 3. I know I'm kind of pushing it because we're technically testing this prior higher low area. So getting a little bit of resistance here makes a little bit of sense for us. Actually, I'm on Wi-Fi. Where I'm at, I'm actually you guys can't see. If I moved my camera that direction, you'd see that I'm actually in my kitchen right now. So there's actually no Ethernet cable here. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know you've seen my command center setup. It's still a pretty solid Wi-Fi signal. Like I get 300 megabytes per second upload and download speed. So it's still fast for Wi-Fi because the computer that I built this year is actually like a solidly built computer. So, I mean, for risk-free, there's a couple things that I look at when I'm looking for risk-free, right? Like we have the break structure. Like for the way I look at this right now is that we still have a very likely possibility that we could come back up and come back down. Like I don't know, right? Could we maybe, I mean, technically speaking from where we're at now, I think it's pretty safe to move my stop down to here. Like, so then it's only 3 points of loss if I do get stopped out, right? Like it's not the end of the world. Like I could. Part of me is just because I've kind of accepted this risk already. But generally speaking, Kanya, to answer your question, I would like for us to break past this first. Like I want us to like go down here, break past, and then move my stop loss. Now, since I'm actually shooting for less than my 40 points that I mentioned earlier, and I'm only going to shoot for 33, then yeah, I mean, I think that at this point in time, I'm looking at this. It'd be, if you want to really, really play it safe, and the thing is, like, this is the problem, right? Like if you guys been following my trades a lot, you'll know price moves a lot, right? And what happens is that if it gets close, you might get ticked out and then continue. And I've seen that happen a lot. Like if you really, really, really want to play defense, I mean, the best spot would probably be right here. I'm still in profit. Like it's 3.5, basically 4 points in profit. But you just run the risk that it might come back at us, right? So let me just take a look here. What does the chart look like on the other time frames? I mean, we're holding pretty well. We're holding pretty well. Like that would be the safest right there. That stop loss. I probably wouldn't do any further than that. And so this, again, you have to ask yourself the question as a trader, right? When you're trading is like, does the setup, meet your liking? And if it doesn't, if you're afraid, then just close out the position, right? Like you don't have to keep holding. But that's kind of like my 2 cents on this right now. So we're starting to pull up. As I kind of mentioned earlier, you see this channel? I drew this spot earlier, right? Like when price was still up here, I mentioned that in order for me to move my stop loss to break even, I'd like for us to move past this, right? And you can see already right now that it's acting as that bounce spot. So if I get stopped out, I mean, all good, but I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna leave my stop where it is. I'd rather just leave the risk. I accepted my risk, guys. Like I don't really care if I lose this trade. But you can kind of see. So far, just to provide an update, we would have gotten 1R, we would have gotten 2R already. I was shooting for 3R, and that's the reason why my target's down here. 2R would have been hit already, and it would have made sense based on what I mentioned earlier as well because of that spot that I had mentioned earlier. So that would have been a very perfect in and out 2R trade. Surfside, no, I'm in Canada. I'm in Vancouver. I'm on the West Coast. So I'm the same time zone as California. I think that creating a playbook, I can understand if you've never done it before, there's a lot to it, but I feel like there's a lot of videos speaking to these kinds of topics, right? I think what you essentially have to do is be able to track and note down everything from the technical component, the emotional, the news, like anything that is affiliated with your trade should be captured in your playbook. Because I mean, essentially, what you're trying to do is you're trying to look at that playbook and say, if I see this playbook, I would do this again, again, and again, and again, right? So essentially, kind of the idea. So just that 15-minute close and that 5-minute close, I'm probably going to get stopped out. But again, I'm good. All good, right? We knew the risk when we took this. 1R, beautiful. 2R, perfection. 3R, I was pushing my luck. So, but it's all good. Any tips or guidance on either psych related journaling prompts for each trade? What was the routine prior? How did you feel during? How did you feel after? Did I interfere when I didn't need to? Yeah, 100%. All those comments you just made there, Eric, all of it. You just got to make sure you need it to be so solid that you're able to look back at it and say, hey, you know what? I can visualize exactly how I was feeling, what that looked like in the moment of the trade. And that way, when you have those emotional triggers that come up again later on in your trades, you should be able to look back at your playbook and like, okay, I'm feeling those emotions right now, right? And it's almost kind of like a gentle reminder to yourself. At G2, I'll answer that later. I know people keep asking me why did I take the short, why did I take the short, who keeps hopping in. I explained it 3 times already. I have it up there right now. I will explain more later on. I just want to be able to get through some of the questions in the chat box here, guys. Kamya. Oh, the about the are you sorry? I've read through so many chats. Your comment about it happens a lot to you. You're referring to the stop loss on pullbacks or adding size on pullback, right? That's what you're referring to. I'm on TELUS internet. Want to ask a question? Why you use 2-minute time for any specific reason for that? When I learned trading, I did it with the 2-minute. So I execute 2, 5, 15, chart on the hourlies, 4 hours, dailies, weeklies. I use all of them. But when I'm executing, these are the smaller time frames I use. I don't ever use the 1-minute time frame. I have students that use 1-minute time frames, and they do supremely well with it. It's just not my cup of tea. Brian Garcia, what time frame? Which channel are you referring to, my man? The one at the top or the one at the bottom? Would I hop back in? No. If my stop loss is broken, it means that it's proven that my thesis is no longer valid anymore. So I would not. There was never one biggest challenge. It was a culmination of 100 different things that made it really difficult. So I don't have one thing, I would say. And I'm sure I can tell you for the most part, anything that you guys have felt or feeling today as traders that you're struggling with, I very likely went through all of them. Hey, what's going on? Good morning, George. Hey, what's going on, Ibrahim? So this channel up here, it's been on this since the last stream. So if you tune in on the last stream, I'm not sure if you have, Brian. I feel like that's a new name. I marked this because this was a spot from 2 New York sessions, or 2 New York sessions? Yeah, 2 New York sessions ago. And then it was respected during our last stream that we just did as well. So essentially we're taking like a support flip resistance off this failed channel here. So that's the reason why I shorted. And then the bottom channel here is just on highlighting where the where we last had like resistance here during the open period of the Asia. And you can see that it's been respected quite a bit of times as resistance, and now it's being respected as a higher low as well. So that's kind of where those channels are drawn. This little black one in the middle, I highlight that particularly specifically because we had already shown that we had bounced off of that twice, or sorry, at the time it would have been once, but now we're bouncing off of it twice. So this is what I'm talking about. And you can see here earlier, guys, if I had moved my thing into profit, I would have gone stopped out already. And again, it could still stop me out, but this is just kind of proving my reason as to why I don't like moving my stop losses. If I am making a trade, I am accepting my risk, right? That's why I'm taking the trade. If you're constantly playing defense, and I'll tell you right now, for those who don't really know who Jake Ritchie is and what he's all about, my man has bagged 5 figures, 6 figures trading. And the reason why he's been able to do that is because he lets his trades play out. And so obviously you got to understand the statistical probability on both sides, right? If you constantly play defensive, sure, you might have a higher win rate, but it's also going to skew your data. It's also going to cut you off from being able to capitalize on bigger trades. If you hold bigger trades, though, you're likely going to have a lower win rate, and that's pretty normal, to be honest. You're hoping that your bigger trades will make up for your, crappier trades. At least that's the hope, right? So honestly, TradingView is all you need. She trades micros. When I was doing this, like I didn't even know TradeZilla, Trader Stats. I didn't even know any of these even existed. When I was back testing, I was just using the replay button on TradingView, and also I used a lot of other like platforms for like business. So I used Notion. For anyone who knows that, it's kind of like a company wiki thing. I use that to like take business notes and files and stuff like that. So I started like taking screenshots and like noting things down and using the bar replay, like all that type of stuff. So I like the way that 5 minute closed there. I'm hoping that that 5 minute gives us enough to continue pushing down because we do need to invalidate that 15-minute bar here. So, uh, da, 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 da. How do I stay so calm trading? I know my expected value as a trader. I hear you, Aqua. I hear you. You know, sometimes what it is too, guys, is that like again, if you're new, you're probably always going to be shaking. That's pretty natural and normal. But if you are super experienced and you still find like you got a lot of nerves, chances are you're probably size too high, man. Because if you're size too high, you're constantly worried about profits. Like I'm not worried. Like if I lose this trade, that's 3 points. I'm gonna lose $60, guys. If I lose this trade, I lose $60. It's considering the fact that I already locked out a $1,600 day, I can afford $60. Like I'm good with that, right? And again, you could have looked back down here at when I had the opportunity to take 2R. You could have been like, hey, Alan, you could have closed out the profits for about 455, $500. Yeah, you're right. I could have. Right? It's up to us to decide what we wanted out of that. I was actually contemplating because it was like 2R was probably your safest. 1R was guaranteed, which I basically got 1R within the first few minutes of entering that trade. And then 3R was kind of like my medium ground because I was kind of thinking 4R when I initially entered this trade. So I'm kind of in the middle at the moment. So I'm pushing for 3R. If I don't get it, such is life. Nice. What to say is just get your shoots. What you say? Perfect. Yeah, 100%. No risk, no Rari. Sure, 100%, man. I love cars, but I don't think I'll ever buy one of those cars. I'd rather go travel the world with my family and eat like nobody's business. That's my idea of a Rari. All right, we have 114 thumbs up. We need about 86 more thumbs up, and we're going to do our Alpha Futures giveaway. And then, like I said, guys, for those who are just rolling in right now, if we can get up to 250 likes on this stream, I'm going to do a second giveaway, which I have not done at all since I've started streaming for the past 2.5 weeks. And that will be for an Apex 50K account, end of day drawdown account. So let's drop some thumbs up, guys. Let's rock it up. There's over 240 of you guys watching this right now. There's no reason why we can't get 200 thumbs up right now. Let's get it going, guys. Let's drop some likes. Free Lambo or lifetime pass to every Disneyland. Buddy, Pogs, I think you know my answer to this if you've been on the stream enough. I would dump that Lambo in a heartbeat. Disneyland pass every day. Every day. Not even a question. Brian? Oh, there is no, it doesn't matter. The time, honestly, the time frame does not matter at all. It's because, like as I mentioned, the top part is the low of day of 2 sessions ago. So it like you could literally do it on every time frame. It's irrelevant. It's the low of day of the New York session is essentially what that channel is drawn upon. And the same thing with the bottom here. This is just based on the range that we had earlier on today. So regardless of the time frame, Brian, it's the same answer. I'm not trying to dodge your question. I'm just being very honest. Like if you actually look back at this right now, give me a second here. Like it's just that. It's you can switch this to a 1 minute, 30-second chart. Doesn't matter. This is the low of day. That's essentially all it is. Hopefully that makes sense. Universal Studios is better. My kids are very young, Dennis, so Universal Studios probably wouldn't work for them for the most part. Disneyland is still much more friendly for them. My Rari's 5 girls on my lap while streaming. Disney all the way. Yeah, I don't like the attention on me. I mean, yeah, that's one thing, but more than anything, like don't get me wrong, I'd love a good car. I'm actually one of those guys, and it's funny because I know people like will hate on people on social media for this. They'll be like, "Oh, you don't own your Lambo, you rent them." I have no issue renting one. If I really want to drive one, I'll rent a Lambo, a Ferrari, a Porsche, a Bentley. I don't even care, right? Like I don't want to own that stuff because it doesn't make a lot of sense to ever own that stuff. I find that people who are owning those type of things, there's a reason for it. Like assuming we're outside of the fact that you just really like those cars, people who say they drive those cars for business and all that stuff, it's because they're looking to attract that kind of client. I, for myself, I don't care. I'm I'm like not looking for that at all. I more often than not, I'm actually working with people who are more underprivileged, and underprivileged people don't care whether I drive a Ferrari or not. They just want to know that I can help them. So yeah, for me, it's not really a really relevant thing. Even financials perspective, right? Like I'm a business owner, people who say they buy those cars out cash doesn't really make a lot of sense for me either. I feel like it makes more sense to just lease them because, like, from a tax write-off perspective, you may as well deploy that capital somewhere else that can actually generate income. So I don't know. Again, just one man's opinion. Brian, I love that. Oh, Omno, no reason at all. I honestly could have just gone for two. There was no reason for why I went for three. I started off as 4R just to see how far, because usually reversal trades, you do want to get like a higher R multiple on them, just because reversal trades have a lower chance and probability of actually working out. So you generally want more R multiple on those. That's kind of the reason. But you're right. If all my students know, I generally go for 1 to 2 R because that's like where my win rate comes from. Like on average, like my win rate this month is my lowest it's been in a long time, and that's only because I've been practicing scalping for the sole purpose of being able to educate some of my students on scalping. But normally I hit 1 to 2 R trades and my win rate averages between 70 to 80%. So that for me works well for me. But obviously to each their own. Damn, Alex, you're about to have 3 kids and your oldest is 3? Keep on going. I have so many people who ask me if I'm ever gonna have a third child, but for us, we're just like we have like some goals that we want to achieve as a family, and we just feel like if we have a third one, it's gonna make it a lot harder. So, but man, congratulations, dude. That's awesome. Tuning in. What's up? Hope all is well. What's up, money bag? What's going on, man? Let's see. We're at 143 thumbs up, guys. We need 57 more, and then we'll do a giveaway, guys. Hey, man, that's awesome, Surfside. I love that. I love to hear that. So, Cam Bam, as far as strategy goes, I mean, I'm I feel like I do repeat this a lot. I know you're probably just hopping on, so you probably have never heard me say it before, but price action, I'm a price action trader. Definitely use levels, market structure. Uh, Definitely a guy who likes to trade with the trend, but I can trade the range as well. Very well suited to do that. I'm a very surgical trader when it comes to bar by bar analysis. Um, yeah, that's kind of essentially my thing. I trade reversals, I trade trends, and I trade ranges. I can do all three. It really just kind of depends. I have a playbook for all of that. And no, no, all right, don't be sorry, Cam. I mean, I don't want you to think like for all you guys are hopping on. I don't want you to ever think that I'm being dismissive about not wanting to explain things like what's my strategy, why did I take this trade. Just because a lot of people ask that question, and all the long-term viewers here know that it's true. It literally gets asked probably like 30 times a stream. So I'll do my best to answer them as much as I can, but I do try to get through the questions as much as I can as well. So I'll type it in here as well. 1R could have been taken within minutes. 2R would have been the sweet spot at that channel I had drawn. 3R was what I was waiting for, but I'm going to get stopped out here. So, but just to kind of note, just for all those who are kind of rolling in right now, that's essentially what it is. And I'll be more than happy. Like I know for a lot of people on social media, it's hard for people to trust traders because there's just so much like unfortunately there's just so much fake out there. It's hard to trust. I'll be more than happy once this trade is done to show you guys my account. Like it's just one of those things. I know some people are just always curious. This is the Take Profit Trader Pro account, so it's not an eval. It is a funded account, and I take daily payouts on this almost always. So But I'll share all that stuff later on as well. I'll be as transparent as I possibly can be without like risking security issues here. Yeah, man, let's smash the like button, guys. We're at 150. We need 50 more likes, and we'll do an Alpha Futures giveaway immediately. I won't even wait until the half mark or whatever. 50 more likes, and I automatically will do the giveaway. Oh, Brian, if I could give you brownie points, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Do you size differently based on trend and range trading or reversal trading? Absolutely. So funds. Oh, I got stopped out. I just realized that. 100%. And so as I promised, I'm just going to show you guys. This is my Take Profit Trader Pro account. You can see here at the bottom left-hand side, I have a $2,300 balance on this account already. So even with that loss right now, I can basically do nothing, and I'll be able to request that as a payout tomorrow. So yeah, in terms of trends, range, and reversals, 100%. Depending on how good the setup is, and all of that, it will decide the size. And then reversals, generally, I will always size lower. For like that one, you saw me that I took 1 mini. With a continuation, I'd be more than happy to take 2 minis, 3 minis, whatever it may be. Just because reversals generally have a lower probability. So I just don't want to risk more if I know I'm going to have a lower probability in that setup. I haven't done any analysis on gold yet, other than the fact that I was looking to short if it touched my channel. So I will switch over to gold in just a bit here. When you lose, do you rotate to a different fund for your next trade? 100%. I don't copy trade, guys. For all the new traders that are hopping in here, I do not copy trade. So I rotate all my accounts. That's essentially how I go. So technically speaking, I should be due to rotate this account as well, but I have rotated quite a few accounts already. So just reading through the chat, it's possible to share your computer spec. Yeah. I have to find it, to be honest. I don't remember. I know when I posted it on Instagram, I did share it with people who had reached out to me. So I have to look back at the channel to figure that out. Rye guy, what kind of brownie? A real brownie, or are we talking like a Jake Ricci kind of brownie? I mean, business, trading, I think they're both very similar, right? They're not linear paths, George. So I trade where I can, when I can. And the business, I prioritize that actually more than the trading. People just think it's always weird for me. They're just like, Alan, if you're so profitable on trading, why don't you just trade? I don't know if all successful traders can agree with me on this comment, but it is very mentally taxing to trade all the time. I used to read about how people who are on Wall Street will do this for 10 years and will feel like they get demolished. Like they feel like they lost 30 years of their life. And I've only been trading for 5 years. And although last year was my most monumental year ever, it's still like I honestly came out of the year feeling so exhausted. And I wouldn't even doubt that the fact that I've probably taken on more health challenges. I don't say health challenges, but I don't feel as great as I once did. And I think it's because I'm not active enough. And there's just a lot of things you have to balance with it. So personally, for me, I prioritize the business because my business is actually helping people in the entrepreneurial and the restaurant industry world. So I enjoy that a lot because fulfillment is there for that. And in trading, that's also the reason why I like teaching. Like it's why I like coaching, right? It's actually the reason why when a lot of people ask me, Alan, do you have a course? I don't have a course because I don't actually want to just show someone a course and then say, see you later. For me, it's like you kind of have to take the whole package. If you want to work with me, I'll show you my system, but I would prefer working one-on-one with you afterwards because most people can't figure it out. Like I hear people say this all the time. I've joined 4 different courses already. What makes yours different? Or why does it matter, right? And I just say like, well, I think the first thing is that I don't put a lot of eggs in my course, actually. That's just the education part. The one-on-one is everything. I actually work with students who don't even learn with my system at all, and they just work with me one-on-one. So they're like, hey, I'm an ICT trader. Can you help me? I'm like, sure, let's take a look at it, right? And we'd work one-on-one together, and we would refine the playbooks, refine the trades, and all that type of stuff. Because in the end of the day, that doesn't really matter. I have traders in my group and my students that are hardcore scalpers. I have traders in my group who dynamic size in. And actually, I posted him on Instagram twice already because he's already locked in like 25K payout in the past 2.5 weeks. So like, they're just different styles, right? And so I don't think it really matters. Like, hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I really ramble on this one for a while, so I'll pause for a bit and I'll take a look. And I'll switch over to gold as well because I know you guys asked the question. So what I said earlier, guys, was that I was looking for us to come up to this channel area, which you can see we didn't really tag it, but we got really close. I'm looking for us to come up here, and if we get a bear case, then I'll short just because gold has been very, very bearish. Yeah, that's kind of my early thought. But right now, I mean, I think if we break above this though, I would probably look for like a break and retest to go higher. Because if we do break past this, I think we can go higher. I think it's very plausible. So we'll see. How many likes do we have now? How many thumbs up do we have? 167. We need 33 more likes, and I'm going to drop the 50K giveaway. Do you mostly trade NQ during the streams? Unfortunately, I can't trade gold on Apex. Yeah, I think Apex will probably change that not soon. I do trade NQ predominantly. It's my go-to, and I will flip between gold once in a while. If you look at my statistic, out of like my trades for the past 18 months, only 10% to 20% of my trades were gold. 80% of them were the NQ. You don't wait until you hit $500 to take payout on TPD. I think it's cost more for under that amount. Right guy, to your comment, probably. I've never actually had only a $500 day before, so I don't know. I mean, I guess that kind of makes. I mean, it's 80% regardless, right? You take 80% of your profit. It just feels worse when you withdraw $500 because you only walk away with like what, $400, I think, give or take. I mean, in the end of the day, a payout's a payout. That's how I look at it, right? If it's like you're clicking buttons and you have the ability to pay yourself $500 a day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month. I mean, if you think about that alone, right? That's what, 5 times 4, that's 2,000. That's $8,000 a month, man. Like it adds up, and it adds up fast. So 100% the balance, man. I'm going to just message my Instagram here, guys. And like for those who are new here, you can just follow me on Instagram. If you have any questions about stuff like mentorship and stuff like that, just DM me, just because like I don't want to use the stream to like talk about that. I just only refer to it when questions are asked, but I want to keep it focused on the chart and answering your guys' questions and what have you, right? So I think trading all day will cause you a heart attack or heart problems. Humans not designed to trade. Yeah, honestly, it's crazy. Like I honestly get a lot of like headaches, and that's when I know I've stared at the screen for too long. Where like I get a lot of body aches too because I'm sitting at my desk so much. So 100%. Yeah, drops like drop some likes, guy. May fail to make a higher, then go and break. Oh, dude, fuck Apex. Honestly, I can't hate Apex for myself because I did well with them. You guys probably already know about my success, my $80,000 payout with the 150K account with them. So, I mean, I can't hate them. I did well with them. So, I've never traded with FTMO, so I can't speak to that, man. Sorry. Yeah, would I consider a double top here? Absolutely, Woozy. And I mean, you know, I like my double tops. We'll see. Let's see what we kind of set up here. Let me show up the other. I'm absolutely interested in a double top. And just so you guys know, right? Even though, I got stopped out because I moved my stop. If I just left my stop loss, I'd still be in the position. So just I want, for all those who are constantly hopping on the stream, just remember that one thing that I said, right? Whatever risk you take, accept the risk. I know it sucks to not play defensive, but for me, I find that my best success comes from accepting the risk, right? And then that way I don't have regrets. I don't have FOMO, right? I just let me do my thing, and it does what it does, right? So, and don't worry. Like again, like I said, I know sometimes people are like, oh man, Alan, you should have just taken a 2R, and you wouldn't be in this situation. I'm okay. You guys saw my balance on this Take Profit Trader Pro account. I'm up $2,000. I'm good. It's not a big deal. It's part of the game, man. Have you traded your Lucid account? Are you referring to like the newest one? Trade Passion. I don't know how long you've been following me, so I don't know what part of my journey you are up to date with. Because I capped out with Lucid actually before. So I achieved my $75,000 payout with them in 3 months. I got capped out, and I recently just got brought back because they introduced a Lucid Max program, which is only for traders who have capped out with them or moved live with them. So that's the eval I just bought. But the eval period has a 40% consistency rule. So I've locked in 2 trades with them already. I need 1 more trading day in order to pass that eval. So and then I will. I'm able to buy I think 5 accounts in Max. So I actually scooped up a 25K Lucid Max account. which is not normal for me to do that. I usually trade 150K ones, but once you're in the Lucid Max, you actually don't get discounts. Like you don't get like the 40% discount. It doesn't work anymore. I have to pay the full price. So for me, I'm gonna just test it out and see how the 25K works. If I can see that the daily payout function on the Lucid Max is exactly what I think it is, I'll reinvest the profits that I make and I'll buy the 150K account and then I'll scale that up afterwards. But that's pretty much where I'm at with them right now. Oops, man, your work ethic approach is no, not just. Thanks, Devon. I appreciate it, man. I think because I'm a business professional first before a trader, I probably do come off a little bit differently from most, just because of that. I enjoy trading. Don't get me wrong, but I have a soft spot for business. I have a soft spot for restaurants, man. I love to eat and I love to help people, so it just kind of works out in both ways for me. What's my favorite prop firm? Well, I'm capped out with a lot. I think I like Lucid Trading. Tradeify is really great. Take Profit Trader is really great. Those would be my 3 favorites. I honestly like Apex a lot too, but I can't trade with them anymore because I'm capped out with them. I'm also capped out with Tradeify as well. So I'm capped out with a lot. I'm actually thinking about scooping up a, what's that prop firm called? Funded Next. I'm thinking about scooping up their accounts. I'm going to try the Rapid account next week. But again, I have to work my way to it because I have props that I'm juggling and I don't even trade all of them half the time. So I got to be careful with how many accounts I scoop up. I think gold is still bad on Apex. I have to double check. I think they are though. You still in this, Rocky? Yeah. Yeah, man. I hear you, Robert. Have you ever seen a 3-week rally like this? Thanos? No, man. I have never. I mean, I've only been trading for 5 years, so I mean, I haven't been around the block long enough, but no, I haven't. Funded Futures Family, I traded with them in the early days. So George, I traded with Funded Futures Family when Jay Dunn was still the CEO of the company. But I capped out with them too. So I capped out with them. I think it was like $67,000 payout. I think I traded with them for about 2 months, 3 months. I can't remember what it was anymore. But yeah, I'm capped out with them too, so I can't trade with them anymore. Oh, nice, Sam. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me know how that goes as well, man. Yeah, I'm all about ROI, man. I'm a statistical guy. Every decision I make is a numbers game for me. That's why in business, when I work with people, like I make decisions really rapidly with very little emotions. Like you literally could tell me that the restaurant is having 5 different emergencies at the same time, and you give me a little bit to digest it, and I'll make decisions real fast. It's just who I am. I wouldn't say I'm a bar rescue right guy, but I do like helping small business though. You get capped, Fonzie, when you max out on your payouts. When you max out with your payouts and you can't move live with them. So I can't move live. I'm where I am in Vancouver. Most prop firms don't have the ability to actually move me live. I actually shared this on a few streams ago. I shared the email I got from My Fund of Futures. They even said, they're like, sorry, this is not a representation of your trading or whatever it may be. Due to our internal policy, we can't move you live. So it is kind of what it is. I'm used to it, to be honest, now. So not a big deal. Yes, Amnol, every single prop firm has a max amount. Most of them are 100K, some of them are 50K. Yeah, collecting accounts like Infinity Stones, 100%, man. What is your advice for people who overanalyze the chart, make stupid decisions when they are in the trade because you can always find a reason why price is going against you? Jason, it's kind of what I said earlier, right? You just got to accept it. You got to accept the risk. Like, let's just say right now, if this 5-minute closes bearish and I say like, you know what, I want to short this, then I accept it. Then I have to just take it, right? I'll take the trade. I'll put my risk up here, right? And then I'll shoot my shot. Because I did tell Woozy that I will double top this, so let's take it. And if I get stopped out, all Gucci. Part of the game. Hold on, I'm trying to move my thing right now. What is going on? There you go. So same thing. We'll go for 30 points. Earlier, I lost 3 points. Now I'm risking my... So this is what I'm talking about. Had I just kept my original position, kept my stop loss where it is, I wouldn't have to re-enter another trade. I'd just be in the same trade, guys. Just saying. Just saying. I'm going to leave this here, though. Oh, holy crap, man! You guys move fast. What accounts were you trading on TradingFi? So I was back before they had all these new accounts. So I was on their growth account and I had their straight to fund. I had three 150K growth accounts and two straight to fund accounts. Those were the ones I traded with. I answered the live question already, I think, so I'm not going to answer that again. You never take 500 payout, meaning you make more than the pair payout. What's your typical daily profit on 50K? So I don't have a 50K pro account right now. I generally, I only have 150K. I am working on some 50K evals right now, just so I might end up having one. But yeah, I just take any payout. Basically, if I'm done trading for the day, I'm done. I will withdraw whatever balance is in there that I can take. So even if the balance is like 400 bucks, I'm going to take it. I can't trade live with any prop firm. So there's only a couple prop firms that will offer like Rhythmic Pro, but I don't like Rhythmic. I've tried it before. It doesn't work. Like it lags. There's a really poor latency. It just doesn't work. I don't trade my own money other than options. So I trade options on my own money, but futures wise, I don't trade self-funded. I just use props. It makes no sense not to trade props. Yeah, drop a like, gang, please. Oh, am I gonna get stopped out here? So fast, eh? So fast. Well, I got stopped out. Oh, that's too bad. All right, so transparency. What am I at? With that loss, I'm at $2,000 on my balance right now. 2,000. I'm gonna leave it for now. We'll see where we're at later. Getting to the chat. Is that what's your strategy? Sub Leo. Today all plays hard. All the plays hard up. Congrats. Thanks. Yeah, I'll answer the strategy question later on again. I don't want to spend like every 5 minutes explaining that. I don't mean that in a rude way. I know that question's going to keep coming up as people hop in. I'll try to explain more of that later. Are we at 200 likes yet? We're at 177, guys. We need 23 more thumbs up right now, and I'm going to do a 50K Alpha Futures giveaway. Thumbs up. Oh, no, Leo, don't be, man. Don't be. I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to be rude, guys. Like, I just to respect the group. If I have to keep explaining my strategy like every 5 minutes, then I'm never going to answer everyone's questions. So I just want to get to it. I will answer that question again if you hang on for a little bit longer on the stream. And if you follow me on Instagram as well, you'll always get my updates. So like, for example, right now on this account, I have $2,000 in profit that I can request for a payout for tomorrow. But if I trade between now and end of day, I'll take the payout, whatever that looks like. And you know what? Just for transparency as well, because everyone always wants to know. And again, I don't like doing this because I always feel like I don't like to brag. At least it feels like I'm bragging. But I know in this space that we're in, transparency is so important. So I'm just going to show you guys my payouts with Take Profiteer from the dashboard. So it's not made up. Oh, it's ready to withdraw again. So I'll actually show you guys this process actually. Give me a second. How does this work? I need to screen share this. Give me a second here. That one? Nope, wrong one. That one? There you go. So you can kind of see here right now, you can see these are all the payouts that I've taken just in the month of April alone. And so earlier I requested a payout that was from yesterday's trading day. So after the New York closed today, I was able to request it. And so now after I asked for the request, it now showed me that I'm allowed to request again. So as in like it's been approved to withdraw. So now what I do is I'm going to press proceed, which I'm not going to do because it's going to show my address and all that stuff as well. But I would click proceed and then it would bring me to the payout. So I'm just going to change the screen up here really quickly just because I obviously don't want to show my confidential information on stream, guys. But I will push it through. And then now I'll show you what this looks like after. So now that I've requested for it, you can see now what you saw earlier as request now says submitted. And so the moment it actually hits my bank account, it'll show succeeded. So anyways, that's me showing you guys transparency, guys. Like I know it's so hard to trust people in this space. But I'll tell you right now, I'm a very low tech guy. Like I don't know how to like censor stuff and like put those little blurry things and edit video. Like I'm an old fart in this way, to be honest, right? So that's why I don't post about it a lot. But yeah, that's you guys you guys saw my TPT payouts. That's the reason why I trade it. So um overleveraging if you can have this. Yeah, I mean Thanos, I think that in terms of like what you want to do with it, it comes down to that. Like the cost scalability for prop firms just works well for me. And then also I think depending on where you are around the world, I know taxes are treated differently as well. So I think that sometimes play a factor into that as well. What's going on, Zay? Yeah, yeah. A TBT can be hard to get over the buffer, but it's like it's worth it. Appreciate trade passion. MFF. They seem like TBT except no minimum trading days. MFF. What is MFF? Is that my fund of futures, Lance? Thanks, Baljeet. Have a good night, man. Would I be looking for longs here? Yeah. I would like to see a little bit of better hold, though. I don't want this to be a fake out. That's my problem. We just started a new hourly candle here, so what was the hourly candle for this? Let's take a look. Yeah, I wouldn't trust this yet. I would like to see a break and retest, man. Left buffer after payout. How much is left after buffer after payout on account? So that account specifically is a 150K account, so I can request anything up to the $4,500 drawdown amount. So right now I have $2,000 that I can withdraw, basically, assuming I don't take any more trades. I don't want to give tax advice online. I just do mean that with all respect. It's just one of those things that are very sensitive. I don't want to be liable for other people's tax situations, but if you talk to your accountant should be able to explain all that information to you. Lance, my fund of futures. Yes. I've done them already. So I can't trade. I'm capped out with them, so I can't trade with them right now. What's going on, Hassani? Appreciate it, man. Yes, Fund of Futures family. I was there when Jay Dunn was still the president of the company. I've already been maxed out with him as well, so I can't trade with him anymore. My Fund of Futures I've capped out with him, yeah. My time slot for trading is 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time till midnight, or if you're on Eastern Time, it's 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. But I usually always go over by like 15 minutes because I'm eager to see what London Open does. JT, I have setups for reversal trades, range trades, and trend trades. And within each of those three things as well, I have different nuances that I look for in the trade. And it also depends on the asset class that I'm trading too. Like I don't trade NQ the same way that I would trade gold, just because they behave differently. So again, personal opinion, of course, right? So take that for a grain of salt. Go for Metro, or you just get one of the man. You guys are blasting the chat. How long does it take to be able to trade that again after requesting payout? If you're talking about Take Profit Trader Pro, I can basically trade as much as I want. So I have a rule, and it's a thing I would recommend for you guys. Don't ever trade an account in the middle of payout. Take the damn payout. Don't risk anymore. I think sometimes people are like, oh, you know what? I have this drawdown. I'm just going to use it and see if I can make more money. Again, to each their own, obviously, but that's not my cup of tea. I will always withdraw the payout, and then I would trade afterwards. Since I technically trade the late Asia to London, it gives me enough time to request for the payout, and then it doesn't affect it at all. But I can trade that account as much as I want. Nothing changes. Do you live stream here every day? Every day, yes. So Ardal Khan. I'm on here Sunday to Thursday night, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to midnight. Who had scandal? Fund of Futures family? I don't know. I don't follow the social space too much. Maybe I'm not too sure. I know people like shat on them for a while, but they paid me, so I have no complaints. Oh, Autocon, you're Vancouver. Hey, what's up, man? Fellow Vancouverite. Looking at what we have seen, the targets have been under 1K. Yeah, I don't trade this, Shane. I don't trade this, or Shania. Shane. I don't know, Shania or Shane. I don't trade this session often, so I don't like to put on too much risk. If I trade the periods where I normally trade, then I will absolutely put on more risk, and especially if the setups make sense, right? But yeah, this is the only time though I can stream though. That's the reason why I'm trading with you guys right now. Because when I normally trade, it's usually when I'm like balancing like virtual calls and other things with like my business client work. Almost 200 likes, is that right? Let's see. Oh, we're at 190. We just need 10 more likes, gang. Come on. 10 more. Once you're capped with the prop firm, George, you're capped for good. Until the prop firm changes the rules, you're capped for good. Pablito, you know exactly what I'm talking about then. Every warning I'm giving you guys, I've done it before. I was the dumbass that I've done it before. That's the reason why I'm saying it, okay? I know how much it sucks. I remember having a Take Profit Trader Pro account. I had like $4,000, okay, ready to withdraw. And this is old Alan. We're talking like a year ago, right? And I was like, oh, you know, I'm like, I've got like a $8,500 drawdown now. So I may as well trade it, increase my size, and see if I can build this even more so then I can secure my payout even greater for the next one. Well, guess what? That was the last you heard of that account because I ended up doing stupid stuff with it and I blew the account. Now, that was a year ago, but that's exactly the reason why I say the things that I say, because these are all things that I've done before and they're just dumb and it just hurts, right? So don't do that to yourself. Learn from the stupid mistakes I've already made. My bias for NQ, I'm long. I'm really bullish on NQ, but I think right now until major earnings and FOMC is out of the way, I'm assuming we're just going to play around the chart for a bit here. GC shutting up. Ooh. Yeah, we never tagged my channel, eh? But we are rejecting this Globex opening print for a lower high. So I agree with you. And I like that hourly bearish signal as well. Are you going to take this, Jake? How much? I don't like this anymore, though, because I'd have to put on too much risk for this trade. Like, I'd have to put on $1,000 worth of risk in order for this trade to make sense for me. So I won't take this trade anymore. But because obviously, I guess you could switch over to MGCs, but that's essentially what that trade would look like. If I was shooting for 1R right now, it would be this. But I'm not risking this. I'm not risking $1,000, not for this. This is not, there's not enough here for me to like this trade for me to take it, but it is valid though. I like the bar by bar analysis, Jake. So if you're in this trade already, rock on, dude. Oh, we're at 200 thumbs up, guys. Let's go. All right, we're going to do the Alpha Futures 50K account giveaway. Give me a second here. I need to pull up the code that I had first before I do this giveaway. Where did I put the code? Okay. All right, guys. Drop the thumbs up, obviously, as usual. Basically, how you guys are going to enter, because I don't know how to use the bot just yet. I really need to get around to learning how to do that. All you guys need to do is honestly just drop W's in the chat. I'm going to give it 30 seconds and I'm going to pick a name at random. So when I tell you guys to stop though, please stop because it's going to spam the shit out of this. So go ahead, drop your W's right now and I will pick a random name. 30 seconds and I will tell you the moment I pick the name and then you guys stop. So you guys don't spam the crap out of the chat. Ten seconds. All right, we got our winner now. I'm going to type it into the chat box here. Winner of the Alpha Futures 50K account. So you guys can stop the W's now. Please stop the W's. Please stop. Please stop. Winner, Chris Trades. Chris Trades, whoever you are the winner, my man. DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram and I will send you the code. I'm going to type it in again. Winner of the 50K Alpha Futures account. Chris, DM me on Instagram and I will send you the code. as I said earlier, if we get to 250 likes, I will do a 50K Apex account as well. So we have 35 more thumbs up and we will do another giveaway, guys. Yeah, basically as you guys are running through, I'm basically just I highlight the name and I click on it, and whatever name I click on is the name that I end up grabbing is essentially it. There's a bot that automates this as well, but I don't know how to use the bot. That's on me. I need to figure out how to use it. But you can trust based on all of the streams you watch, we have not had a single duplicate giveaway. So it is not one of those things where we're giving it to the same people. You don't need to worry about that. I am not live with Top Step. I think I've achieved 150 or $160,000 in payouts with them. I think someone told me it's 200,000 apparently. I don't know, but I haven't traded with them in a while. And to be honest, the rules with them have just been getting a little bit. I don't know. I don't want to make too many comments, but it just the rules are not as great as they used to be in my personal opinion. So I've just been prioritizing trading props that I do well with or reward me, and Take Profit Trader Pro rewards me, which is why I stick with them. I'm not in the trade right now. I was, if you're just hopping in right now, this was just a trade setup. One of my students in the chat actually had noted the gold setup because he knows my trading system, so he knows how I trade. And he saw this, and I'm like, ooh, I'm a little too late to the game now, so I don't want to, just because the risk is just too large for me to take this now. So I'm just leaving it as is. So you guys asked me earlier, right, on the NQ, you say, hey, Alan, does this mean we should go long now? And I said, I don't like to. I don't trust it. This still looks bearish to me. This is exactly what I'm talking about, gang. This is why I did not want to short. So hopefully you guys can see that now, that my comment that I made, this was almost kind of like a pump fake out where it kind of gave you a sense like, ooh, we're going to continue. I was just looking at the bar by bar, and this is what I mean by I'm very surgical with it. It didn't look promising. I would have much rather get a break and retest, and we never got that. And you can see that we're starting to move down now. So honestly, NQ looks like it wants a short. And I don't know if I want to put on risk for this, to be honest. How much risk would I be putting on for this? That'd be $600 worth of risk that I'd be putting on. Yeah, I'm a little too late to the game now. It'd be a little bit different if we were up here still, and then I could like lower my risk to like 20 points, but yeah, I'm not going to enter this right now. It just doesn't make sense. I'm too far gone. But hopefully you guys can understand, because if you guys were here the whole time, you guys heard me say exactly, excuse me, why I didn't want to take the trade, and the chart just proved my point. Nice job, stock market, baby. How many thumbs up do we have now? 224. 26 more thumbs up, and we'll do another giveaway. Bar by bar. If you're asking like the terminology or the book, bar by bar is technically a book. The giveaways are usually done by a bot, but with me, I'm my old fart ass. I do it kind of manually though. But basically, we get enough thumbs up and what have you on the chat, or not the chat, sorry, on the stream, and then I'll get you guys to basically participate by entering W's in the chat, and then I select a name at random, and that's pretty much how it goes. Yeah, it's a super dry book. Super dry book. Chris, I responded back to you. Let me know, man. Give it a shot. I want you to just try use the code up now and let me know if everything goes through properly. I always ask just because like I know technical difficulties and stuff like that. Yeah, shorts are looking good. Arlcon, just DM me on Instagram, brother. I don't want to talk too much about the mentorships and stuff like that here. So, whoopsie, I used the wrong thing. There you go. That's what I meant to do. Oh, Chris, I hear you, man. I get that. The discount on TBT. So if you use code RAKE or code RT, it's 40% off, and there's no activation fee on Take Profit Trader. Tradeify, what is their discount right now? I think it's 35%. I haven't checked it out in a while. Funded Next, I have no idea what their discount is. I actually need to look into that. That's a prop that I'm probably gonna start with next year. So, or not next year, sorry, next week. Next week. That's what I meant to say. How's gold playing out here? Yeah. Too much risk. I can't take that anymore. The move's done. Is it 40%? 40% on Tradeify as well? Okay, sweet. I'm going to attempt the short, actually. This will be my last trade of the night, so I'm going to attempt it. Going for 1 hour here, guys. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If I lose this trade, I will have $1,400 worth of profit left to request for tomorrow. If I hit it, I'll be at 26. So we'll see. I think I'm going to take some partials here on NQ. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Do you trade the same as Jake? I'm similar. I would say foundationally, I'm from MM6, but as all of us, we have evolved our trading, not training, sorry. We have all evolved our trading so that it works kind of with what we want specifically in terms of our expectation of the charts. But yeah, we're very similar in terms of our approach to the markets, though. So I'm a little bit older than I think most of the guys that are streaming or whatever. At least I think I am. I don't know how much older I am than completely the others, but I started trading. I guess that would be what 29 years old was when I first started trading. It was 5 years ago for me. So as far as profitable goes, I think I technically have been profitable since year 1, but take that comment for a grain of salt because it's like I'm not saying I was like lucrative if possible. I'm talking about like I was just in the green, you know, a couple $1,000s here and there. It wasn't really until year 3 into my trading that it really started to accelerate for me. And then last year was like my best year ever. So if you follow me on Instagram or YouTube, you would have seen it already. I'll drop my Instagram here and I'll drop my YouTube here as well so that you can watch my recaps and what have you. Yeah, what are we at right now? Are we how many thumbs up do we have now? We're only 228 guys. 228. We need 22 more. We need 22 more. 22 more thumbs up. Options, honestly, I trade options the same way that I trade futures. The only additional thing that I would add to it is that if I'm trading 0 DTE and I'm trading out of the money, I will never go more than 2 strikes out of the money. That would be my kind of go-to. If I want to do heavy size and I want to go next to expiration, then that's a little bit different. Yeah, you know, one of the questions and one of the things that people don't talk about enough in the trading space, I think when it comes to expense ratio, like I think last year in 2025, I talked about this in my year in recap. I think I said it was like 30% expense ratio for last year because I was coming out of like my learning curve, right? Because I started futures trading in like August of 2024, and I started finding a rhythm near the end of 2024 and like building on that rhythm into going into 2025. This year, my expense ratio is like roughly probably like 10%, 10%, 15%. Um, so yeah. Yeah, blowing accounts are kind of part of the game, man. I mean, I don't think you should feel too bad about blowing accounts. It's just about how often you do it and then how often you degen. I think that's like you got to make sure you control that, right? Thanks, money bag. 14 more. Hey, how's it going, Liz? What's gold doing anyways? Oh, is gold still playing games with your heart? Gold still playing games with our heart, is it? Hey, Jalanta, how's it going? Oh, did you nail it there, Jake? Let's go, buddy. Nice job. What's my conviction percentage on this trade? I think NQ will get some follow through here, but I don't like how late I entered the trade though. So that's my honest opinion. I entered too late. But it is my last trade of the night, so I'm okay taking it for what it is. We're basically still so NQ. Why I'm taking that trade is because we're still technically rejecting that same area that I was talking about from the earlier. So I just looking for some follow through now that the fact that we just keep rejecting that spot. My thumbnails have casino vibes. Well, I honestly I used ChatGPT to do them because I'm not a good video editor, so I don't really know much about it. Um, I don't do New York anymore. Ever since I started the stream, I definitely don't touch New York anymore. Nice, Devon. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. We need to get some follow through. We get some thought. You know what? It's funny because I think you guys were saying before. I can't remember how many streams ago. Some of you guys were saying that I need to put on like a degen picture. I actually made some small edits to it. If you guys have been following me for a long time, like since the beginning, you guys will know my obsession with like I don't want to say obsession, but like Sharingans have been a big thing for me. Like the what is it from Naruto? It's because Naruto is like one of my go-to animes growing up. So I added some of that stuff to my degen image here. I'm gonna show you my degen image, gang. Hold on. There it is. That's my Sharingan, guys. It's doing everything, you know. It's got the Sharingan. It's eating ramen. It's got bubble tea. I mean, come on. It hits the boxes, right, guys? 100%, man. Yeah, man. Love for food, guys. Love for food. So trade again here. I mean, I'm worried that we are going to bounce here, but I'm going to have to accept this risk. It's my last trade of the night. I can't micromanage this. I'm just going to let it do its thing. TV on stream. Honestly, if it wasn't nighttime here, I would actually play some music, but it's late. My kids and my wife are asleep right now, so. What are we at now, gang? What are we at? We need 13 more likes, 13 more thumbs up. 13 more thumbs up. I'm gonna actually put it right here. 250 thumbs up equals another 50K account giveaway. For anyone who hops on late onto the stream, you're gonna see this and you're gonna know what the assignment is, guys. You're gonna know what the assignment is. I start streaming at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, Tacoma. If you've liked already, only one counts, technically speaking. Only one thumbs up counts. Asia is my go-to session, man. I know a lot of people struggled with it, but I've found the most success with it. 90% of my trades last year were done over Asia. Money bag. Get a tattoo of Naruto. Thanks, Caro. I'm trading minis, not micros, cops. Honestly, I've been enjoying it, man. It's different. I've never streamed before. This is my first time, so I'm just kind of learning the nuances of streaming. But I've enjoyed it though. I think it's nice. I mean, you get to chat charts, do the thing you love, connect with people. So it's pretty cool. What do I think of it with Asia? I think Asia session is just a little bit more like it's calmer. You don't get those really big candles. At least they don't happen often. So it's just easier to manage risk. I think that's what it is. I would not know, to be honest. I've never, like, in terms of I don't have live accounts technically speaking because I can't move it with them. So I have no idea how they would trade over Asia. Yeah, that same. Okay, I'm gonna delete the other channel just so that you guys can see this better. That same damn channel. Let me zoom in here. That same spot, guys. This was the spot that I should have taken 2R profit for earlier. It's literally the same spot. Same spot. It's holding. It's holding. And I hate that it's holding. Asia session, usually like 15 to like 30 points. I usually don't shoot past 30 points just because Asia doesn't move that strong. So options platform, I've only used my bank actually, which is probably not smart because their fees are horrible. But I hear that Interactive Brokers is one of the best in the game. I see their advertisements all over Canada, and when I was in China for vacation a couple weeks back, I saw it in China too, so it must be pretty damn good. Dennis Kolodrovsky. Yo man, I mean honestly, it is honestly a mental thing. If if you have a playbook that you're consistently executing on, your eval and your funded shouldn't matter. It shouldn't make a difference, to be honest. Assuming that the rules for the accounts are all the same, it's all mentals for you, right? If you're struggling to size or trade your strategy once you're in the funded phase, it's probably mental psycho is what's happening to you. Like you're psyching yourself out, essentially, is what I'm saying. I am gonna want to move the stop up a little bit right now, guys. And I'm not the stop, sorry, my target. It's not because I'm trying to play defensive here, but the VWAP is moving up, and I do not want to be a prick for a tick, so I'm moving it slightly up right now. Just because I think that we'll likely see some sort of pullback off the VWAP. So take profit, they have a thing that's called Take Profit Trader Pro Plus, and that's their live account. So I've been moved live once with them before, no, twice actually. And so when you get the account, though, obviously their account has to survive long enough. When you blow them, you go back to sim funded. Essentially, is what happens. And so I've done that. I've done that before because again, inevitably my accounts won't last forever. I do because I don't keep a buffer. Like I know for live traders, they'll usually build up their account as much as they can. For me, I don't trade in any difference. Like I trade it in a way where I take my payout every single time. So if my buffer's gone, then my buffer's gone. So that's essentially what has happened to me in the past. I honestly prefer sim trading a lot too, because like again, from depending on your tax advantages and what have you, it just for some people it just makes more sense too. On options, I do fine. I had my big smud last month, but futures, I just can't seem to do it. Maybe or something. Yeah, Dennis, if you are struggling with futures but not options, that's very interesting. Options, again, personal opinion, I find options far more difficult than futures. I find that futures is a good playground for you to learn price action. And then through understanding price action, you can then layer in all the things like Greeks and all that that come with options. So it's kind of weird. That is very weird that you are doing better with options than futures. So you took chicken as my win adding to the post. Did you just follow your gut or did you backtest the added ideas? Backtest. I journal everything. I honestly, my students know this too. I talk about journaling all the time. All the time. You got to put in the work, right? How are you supposed to know what works and what doesn't work if you don't journal, right? That's my opinion, anyways. As someone who's made it, how does it feel and for success? I feel like I'm almost there. It doesn't change all too much, I would say. The things that we all struggle with, tilts and all of that, I think it exists in all of us. I don't think it ever goes away. I think we just learn to manage it better. And that's why I always say that the more you understand your strategy, the more you understand your edge in the market, the higher chance that you'll be able to, be successful and be consistent. So, my opinion. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair, Mitch. Yeah, I was small caps, options, then futures. Futures came third for me. George, if you're like the only thing I can make that comment to, man, is that either your back test is not as accurate as what you apply in the live markets, or when you're in the live markets, you're not following your plan as well as you think you do. Because it doesn't make sense for me. Like if your back test is working out and your forward test is working out, like I don't know how that would work out for you. Like hypothetically speaking, let's just say that your strategy, and I'm being very hypothetical here, guys. Let's just say your strategy that it was that you would long or short every VWAP retest, and let's just say you have a 75%, 80% probability rate. If your backtest shows that, your application should technically be the same, right? Unless again, that's assuming that you're applying all things, right? You're applying all the things with market conditions, nuances, and all that stuff. So I think me leaving that thing up helps probably. It reminds people to drop thumbs up. Have you ever had this scenario for me? It keeps happening. I'm up 6 to 9K on the month, and then there's one day I'll go on tilt and lose all, and I know what I did wrong, oversizing plus tilt. It happens to everyone, Dennis. I mean, I think that shows you right there that in your playbook, you don't have psychology well driven enough in it for you to be able to replicate it over and over again. I talk about this with my students too, where it's like some of them are like they had such a green month for the most part, and then they have that one or two bad day, and it just like ruined them, right? I think you just gotta remind yourself of that. You need to remind yourself of how it feels to be ruined by those days, so that when you get to those days, you remind yourself that hey man, you gotta like step back because you don't want to waste months worth of like work. Man, this channel, man, like what the heck? Break already. What is going on? Why are you doing this? Stop playing games with my heart, man. Come on, NQ. We need one more thumbs up. What's gold doing? Oh, okay, gold's almost there. Gold's almost there. So this was the forecast we put up earlier where I said like I had already missed the trade. This was like a 1R. Honestly, earlier, what was the setup? Give me a second here. Actually, I'm just gonna set an alert here so that I know if prices hit or not. Okay, let's go back to gold. Yeah, so for gold, ideally, the best entry on this setup from what we were talking about earlier probably would have been here. Either here or there. Either way, if I was in that, your target would have hit already. Like your 1R would have been right here. And technically, the low of the wick was basically 1.9R. Like it's pretty damn close. So this was a solid trade. And I think my student Jake took it earlier. So he's the one who called it out in the chat. Yeah, if you tilted yesterday, man, it's all good. The market's always going to be here, guys. Like, don't get too crazy. I like how you guys are already starting the W's, and I haven't even said anything yet. You guys are hilarious. All right, give me a second here. I got to get the codes up here first, man. Give me a second. Give me a second. Where is my codes? Give me a second, guys. Don't drop those W's yet. I'm not even looking at the screen, so it doesn't count. Where is the thing? You guys are so funny, dude. I have not even started, and you guys are going at it already. Y'all not listening, huh? You guys are too funny, man. You guys are too funny. Okay, I think I have the code now. So, seeing how you guys have already started, I'll do this for 30 seconds. I'll pick a name. So, run up the W's, guys. Run up the W's. Oh. All right. Let's see who we got here. Who we got here. So, this is going to be for a 50K end of day drawdown account with Apex Trader funding. That's what we're working with here, guys. That's what we're working with. So I have the winner now. You guys can stop spamming now of the 50K Apex end of day drawdown account. All right, that is the winner. That is the winner. DM me on Instagram and I will send you the code. DM me, Peach, and you'll get the code. Oh, yikes. I'm sorry to hear that, Manny. I'm sorry to hear that. But congrats. Hey, man, we got 2 winners today. I already forgot who's the first winner. Oh, yeah, Chris. Chris won the Alpha Futures account, and then now Peach is winning the 50K Apex end of day drawdown account. That's awesome. That's awesome. We are about, what, 17 minutes away from London Open here. Slower markets today, guys. Slower markets. Thanks, BJ. Get some sleep, man. Sorry, just catching up with the chat again here. My back to break even to 0. Bam, Lance. Let's go. Good for you, man. Apex, 100K end of day drawdown. Honestly, the best accounts will always be the 50Ks usually, just because the drawdown to profit ratio is just more digestible. That's the reason why I always recommend them. The higher you go, yeah, it offers you more drawdown. So if you're the type of trader that requires it, then 100% power to you. Definitely do that. But if you don't, if you think about it, it just means it's going to take you that much longer to get to a payout, right? Because it takes you that much longer to get to past the buffer period. So that would be my perspective on that. Thanks, Lance. Take it easy, man. No, Eric, I haven't really been looking at anything long term. Like I invest in like ETFs and a couple of just main dividend stocks, and like that's my long term portfolio. Like I've got like Microsoft, McDonald's, Apple, like those are kind of like dividend stocks that I just continue to hold on to. I'm always in Tesla, Nvidia, those type of things, right? And then otherwise, ETF wise, I'm just with the S&P 500 essentially. So I just continuously just contribute to that when I can. I don't invest as much as you think I would. Like I have what I believe in the US, you guys call it the 401k or something like that. We have something like that's for retirement as well. So I put money towards that when I can. But as an entrepreneur, like my cash is more so usually in the business. Just because as an entrepreneur, it just makes sense, right? Like my wife will contribute to the RSPs and or the 401ks, but for me personally, I'm generally just keeping my liquidity in the business. Hey, Vernati. What about top? I'm assuming you meant top one futures instant funded. I haven't used top one futures, so I'm not really too sure much about them actually. How's my NQ doing anyway? Sorry, I probably should switch over. Oh, nice. Again, playing games with my heart. Rejecting the channel, holding this channel. He's just playing games, man. NQ, you sly dog, you. My trade plan worked out. What your entries look like back in green. Yeah, I just switched over. Do you help upcoming restaurant owners? I'm sorry if you mentioned it before, but what is the business you do? Yeah, I help restaurant owners. Basically, like if you're whether you're starting off a business for the first time as a restaurant owner, whether you're looking to scale your restaurant business to like multiple, or maybe you want to create a franchise out of your business. Either way, that's kind of like my area of expertise. Bernardi, no bubble tea today, man. I'm just having my cup of Nespresso because I mean, I can't keep doing sugar every day, right? So sugar's gonna get to me, man. I like Tradeify. I've never traded with Top One, yeah, so I can't even speak about them. Can you make a local restaurant food chain with 3 restaurants global? What does that mean? Oh. One of my closest like trading colleagues actually, he lives in Florida as well, and we talk about it all the time. Actually, he came down and he visited me last year. I actually took him out to Hot Pot. Bar rescue. Hey, no problem, Peach. Take it easy. Congrats again. I'm not from the US, Dennis. I'm from Canada. I'm in Vancouver. I'm north of you guys. Uh, hmm. Hey man, that's amazing, Rocky. Honestly, a lot of people think the restaurants make a lot of money. They don't, man. Restaurants are like very low margin businesses, and I can't speak for other states and stuff like that. But with like wages just constantly going up and commodity costs going up and landlords raising their rent to like disgusting amounts, it's so hard to be a restaurant owner. Like normally, it's already a very low margin business, but it's harder now than ever before. It's tough, man. Yeah, Canada sucks for taxes, man. Our tax sucks. Americans have it a lot better. I'll tell you that right now. And some of your states are amazing in terms of like your tax benefits. It's why most business owners move to the US. If like most successful entrepreneurs in Canada end up moving to the US because your tax benefits are just so much better. It's not even a question. Hey, that's pretty cool, Rocky. Good for you, man. Yeah, Vancouver's a nice city. It's just a very expensive city. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Mitch. Take it easy, Chris. 100%, man. Dad life, man. Dad life. I know. I have plans. I have a client that I work with actually. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon though. I think we're working on a few other projects first, but we did actually want to like the client did want to go to the US, but obviously with all the immigration and conflicts between our two countries, it's made it quite difficult to actually make that happen for them. So maybe when things ease off a little bit and like the rules, I'll just call them, become a little bit easier, my client will likely go to the US. And when that happens, I will definitely be in the US because I'll be going out there and helping them expand. You're in EU, so it's different around, but here is same. We had a bar before, now we sell rope product B2B the market. Yeah, it's crazy. 25 years ago, eh? Hey, is the short finally gonna play out? Is that finally gonna play out? We're moving. We're moving, guys. We're moving. We are 9 minutes away from the open. Oh, come on, let's get some follow through, man. Oh, my back. Oh, might have to do some exercise before I go to bed, man. I'm so stiff, guys. I have a top stand-up desk setup, but I can't use it for this just because I would lose all my screens because it's like in the other room. Come on, selling pressure's coming in. Let's get this. Let's get this. Come on. Don't tease me, man. Don't tease me, NQ. Don't break my heart. I'm just messaging the person who won the giveaway, giving them the code for the giveaway. Honestly, Gandhi, we get used to it, man. When you're trading in Asia, there was actually a time where I entered a trade at like 1 hour after the Globex had opened, and I literally held it till London. And it wasn't even because like it was a large move. I was working, taking care of the kids, and I'm like literally a few hours. I'm just checking in on the trade, and literally it's like I'm like my goodness, we're still in this trade, right? Well, hopefully you at least get your TP, Gandhi, because at least it makes it all worth it. Yeah, I'm like, I got a lot of screens here. Like you see that I have a screen over here. This is where I usually have the FF indicator up. So for these streams, I have my Discord and my Instagram stuff on this side. I got my streaming stuff above me, and then I got the chart that I'm trading dead set in front of me. Usually, actually, when I'm like working, I have my charts up top. I have my work stuff down here, and then I have my emails and messengers and all that type of stuff. And then this is like my bonus screen, depending on what it is I'm doing. But I use all my screens. So people who come over to my place, that's why I reference it as the command center, because like it quite literally does everything for me. Can we aim lower? I mean, reversal trades generally should get a much deeper follow through, and we are getting into London Open. I just don't want to be a prick for a tick at this point, especially on this account. Like I want to get a payout on this account, right? So don't want to be a prick for a tick, but I think where I have my TB is pretty reasonable. So hopefully we get some follow through here. We are 6 minutes away from London Open. Your TP is 27,200. You're gonna be here all night. Damn. We need to see for gold longs. We got to be pretty close to bottom here, right? Gold longs. Let's see. What's gold doing? Hey, look at that. Gold came back down to that TP spot again. Oh, what would we do for gold longs, eh? I haven't even looked at the larger chart on this. What are we looking at here? I don't know, man. We don't look like we're stopping anytime soon at this point. I think we could still go lower. Yeah, I think we can still go lower, to be honest. Unless gold actually gives me some daily pauses, I don't have any hope that it's gonna slow down anytime soon. Do I have a favorite trading hour for Asia and London markets? Yeah, generally I like to wait for the Tokyo Open before I take any trades. If I trade at Globex, I'll be size super small, just because it's just too risky for me. But yeah, I usually like to wait for the Tokyo Open first to kind of define where we are. And then I'll trade the first couple hours. And usually I'll take a bit of a break and I'll peek back in after like I'm done dinner with the family. But yeah, usually this time I'm not trading anymore. Like by this time, if I'm trading still at this time, it's because I'm doing work and I'm just bouncing it in the background. But I don't usually trade this period. So even me, I'm learning. These past 2.5 weeks, I'm just learning this. I'm just learning how this market moves during this time. I think. I mean, honestly, Gandhi, to your point, I think anyone who has been trading during this past 6 months or 7 months, if you're a brand new guys and you're struggling, it honestly makes sense you're struggling. It's been tough. It's been tough. Don't get me wrong. Like you're obviously you can see I'm still winning. I have successful days and all of that. But if you're new, you're probably getting taken to the laundromat at this point, man. Like just be patient. That's all I can say. This is one of those crafts where you can't look at this and be like, hey, you know what? If I haven't figured it out in a year, I'm just gonna quit. You have to put in the work, man. I mean, like I didn't have my biggest year ever until year number 4 or 4.5, I guess you can say, right? Like I didn't have that biggest year until then. So just kind of keep that in mind for yourselves as well. You just don't know when your Nike checkmark year is going to be. I think the way I look at it is as long as you are consistently um, you know, putting in the work, the homework, and truly studying versus just throwing things at the wall and hoping it sticks. I, I think inevitably at some point you will find that rhythm. Now, with that said, though, and this is not to sound discouraging because I say the same thing, people ask me all the time, Alan, can anyone become a business owner? Honestly, my plain blackout answer is no, not unfortunately not. Everyone tries to escape the 9 to 5 job and says, I want to be a restaurant owner or an entrepreneur because I want to be my own boss. I want to set my own hours. The reality is the first 5 years in business, uh, going into business, you are literally working twice as long as you are in a regular job, right? And if you can't survive that first 5 years, you're pretty much dead in the water, right? Like I think I can't speak for the US, but statistically in Canada, businesses literally open and close every 2 years in downtown. Every 2 years. And it's such a sad statistic, but it's true. So, anyways, my 2 cents. Um, I'm just catching up with the chat, gang. You were late here to the. Oh, so I've been trying to short this damn thing for a while now. This upper channel here is basically the low from like a couple of sessions ago. It was also the support area that I was watching during the last stream. So now I'm flipping the script instead of longing, I'm shorting it. What was your biggest year? My biggest year. I'm just gonna put on my YouTube here because you guys can just watch the recap that I posted there. Last year, I should post my Instagram as well. Last year, I achieved $882,000 in prop firm payouts, $126,000 in options, and that's been basically for those who don't know, that's like self-funded. It's a different derivative. And then this year already, I'm over $250,000 in prop firm payouts, and I am up a little over $100,000 in options payout, or not payout, sorry, options profit. Where's VWAP? Oh my goodness, do I really want to be a prick for a tick here? At this point, I am going to move this down because I don't want to be a prick for a tick. We're just too close for me to be whatever. Like I said, I moved my TP by a point earlier because of VWAP, and right now, you see that? Hyper focused. It's right there. Just tag it, man. Just tag it before you run. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, NQ. Yeah, Gandhi. True. Life. What's that? Thanks, Lil Melty. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. Oh, stopped out. Stopped out of the trade. I'll take it. So just giving you guys an update. Unfortunately, NQ was rude to me and literally missed my TP by one. It missed my TP by 0.75, guys. 0.75. Talk about crappy luck. That's all good, though. I still managed to lock in a bit of profit. As per transparency, that puts now my Take Profit Trader Pro account balance at $2,280, which means if I don't touch this account between now and tomorrow, I will be able to extract that as my daily payout for the third time this week. So, third time? Twice this week, sorry. Is it third time? Oh, it technically is third time because my Friday trade, I couldn't request it until Sunday. So, yeah, this will be my third request. For everyone else who's in the short, I hope this works out for you. But yeah, I know that the stream's almost done. Well, technically, it's London Open already. I just realized that. Because I am going to be hopping off here soon. So I don't want to be holding on to this trade for longer than I needed to. I can't believe I've missed my profit by 0.75, guys. Like, what the heck? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's all good, though. It's all good. Yeah, they do. Take Profit Trader does. I don't know what's the difference, but for some reason I could. So basically, their live is considered Pro Plus, and I've been moved to Pro Plus before. I just blew my account, which is why I'm in the sim funded part again. Well, I'm glad I protected that trade. This is one of those moments, guys, and like I'll kind of leave this as some closing thoughts on the trade. We can still end up getting follow through, by the way, guys, because this hard support area will act as resistance for us, assuming we get it. But whenever I get candle wicks like this, even if we don't tag VWAP, but if it's like literally ticks away, like me, where it was 0.75 away, I'm generally like, okay, this is likely going to go against me. Hence why I moved my stop loss down. So I was very content with how that ended. So I still locked in, what was it, $220 on that trade. So instead of the $500 I could have taken, I took $220. It's better than nothing. I'll take it. I'll take it. Have a great night, Mitch. So Take Profit Trader Pro, if you move live, basically, I think it's for all their accounts. If you have a $10,000 day, they will automatically move you live. So I've done that a few times already. Hey, no problem, Gandhi. I don't copy trade at all. Not my cup of tea. I individually trade accounts. I do not copy trade. So they're called pros once you get funded. So Take Profit accounts are the evals, Lil Melty. Once you pass the evaluation, their funded accounts are called pro accounts, and then their live accounts are called Pro Plus account. So code RT, code RAKE will give you 40% off with Take Profit Trader, and it's also no activation fee. Yes, you cannot trade TPT during FOMC. They do not allow for it. So you guys see what I was talking about earlier, how this support is becoming resistance? It's doing that right now as we speak. It's going to hit my TP now, isn't it? It's totally going to do that to me right now, just to slap me in the face. Hey, you know what, Rocky? If you keep hopping on these streams, and because I'll tell you guys, if I'm going to fly to Florida, I'll let you guys know, man. And if you guys are there, I'm be more than happy to hang. Thanks, Robert. Get some sleep, man. Yeah, if you guys are, before you log off, drop some thumbs up, gang. Drop them thumbs up. Yeah, apparently there's a lot of you guys in Florida, man. I didn't realize. There's a lot of people that I connect with on social media. They're all from Florida. I've been to New York twice, actually. I have been to New York twice. I actually met Jake live like 2 years ago. That's where I met him. Met him at the bar, and I realized that the man is freaking tall as hell. Man, we'll do. We'll do. Well, I'm glad. I guess I'm out of it. Looks like we're like really holding this. So yeah, I think that my last commentary here before I kind of log off is that overall, I am still bullish on NQ. I think that after FOMC, we'll be able to get a little bit more clear direction, but I'm more bullish than I am bearish on NQ. I think it makes sense that after this all-time high run that we're getting some bit of a pullback. So we'll see where we end up here, but yeah, that's just my 2 cents on things. For any of you guys who are still going to trade till the end of the night, good luck. Good luck, gang. I will be on tomorrow night again. What is today? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow night again. So I have 2 more nights of streaming with you guys before the week is over here. So if you guys enjoyed, definitely subscribe. See you guys tomorrow night. We'll catch you around.